What happens when Kang the Conqueror goes glove for glove in an anime super fight with Killmonger? Hi all and welcome to Blue Reviews. I'm CSG, aka Comrade Blue, and today I'm going to be breaking down my thoughts on the latest heavy-hitting addition to the Creed series, Creed 3. Currently sitting at a 7.5 IMDb and 86 to 97 critic to audience RT score, Creed is continuing the strong critical and audience favorite push of its predecessors. We were able to go see an early screening, so our numbers may be a little off once the film releases widely, but make no mistake, this film is a must-see, especially in a format like IMAX or Dolby. Let's go down the card.
The higher you get, the harder it gets.
Creed 3 follows the now retired Adonis Creed as he adapts to life outside of the ring and all that comes with harboring his legacy. When former boxing prodigy and childhood best friend Damien resurfaces after serving time in jail, Adonis must fight to retain everything against a man who has nothing to lose. To start, the weakest part of Creed 3 by a wide margin is the plot. Now, that's not to say that the plot itself is weak. In fact, I would say it's pretty much what you'd expect from the third movie in the spin-off franchise and ninth movie overall in the series, but in comparison to other pieces at play, it does stand out a little bit more. This was a movie where, despite it being shorter than the previous two installments, I really wanted that extra 20 to 30 minutes back. Things move at a sometimes too brisk pace, and the transition between Acts 2 and 3 had me feeling like I was missing something important in the rise of Damien's character. It also follows the pathway of movies that we've seen in later films from this franchise before, pretty much down to a T. You set up your hero's cushy lifestyle, you throw in a man who wants to take that lifestyle down, build them up as the threat to end all threats, and then finish with a 30-minute fight. There's nothing wrong with that, and at this point it obviously works out well for the series and for the audience, but I did want a little more meat to chew on here. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about how absolutely incredible this cast is. Everyone brings their A game here, and I've never felt a single person that didn't pull their weight. Michael B. Jordan continues to be the anchor of the film as a now older Creed, and the movie gives him a lot more to work with emotionally than the previous installments. I would say that Jordan's portrayal of Adonis here is the series' best. He knows how to embody the character so well at this point, and that can also be said of Tessa Thompson. Thompson has always been one of the strongest members of the cast overall, and she continues to shine here as Bianca. Her chemistry with Jordan hasn't dulled at all over 8 years, and seeing the two interact in ways that we haven't before just really adds to the sense that you're watching a real couple that loves for each other and cares for each other, but are also sometimes at odds with each other because of everything else going on. And that everything else is driven primarily by an outstanding performance by Jonathan Majors. While Jordan and Thompson have had time to grow and build on their portrayals of Adonis and Bianca, Majors is starting fresh as Damien and literally had to come in swinging. I found myself amazed at the range Majors has. Now, I've seen him in a number of other projects so far, and I've always felt he's been a really strong addition to any cast he's a part of, but this version of Majors is just something else entirely. You can feel the guilt, the anger, the pain, the elation that Damien has at different points in this film, and that makes it all feel believable. That plus the amazing chemistry he has with Jordan as well makes it really feel like these two were best friends turned enemies, and it gives the film an extra emotional punch because of that. The rest of the cast is great too. Wood Harris, Felicia Rashad, and Mila Davis-Kent all have their moments to stand out as Little Dew, Marianne Creed, and Adonis' daughter Amara respectively. Davis-Kent especially is a really strong addition and holds her own with everyone else, and her acting is a testament to just how much you can get across emotionally through signing. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this film is how it feels like the next genuine step forward for these characters and where they're at in their lives. Without giving too much away, there's a lot to wrestle with emotionally here beyond just the introduction of Damien back into Adonis' life. In fact, where Creed 1 was about fighting for your own identity and 2 was about fighting for the legacy of yourself and others, 3 really feels like it's about fighting yourself and the demons of your past, physically and emotionally. Adonis has to work through a lot of things, but I feel that gives him some much needed expansion as a character. He's beyond being Apollo Creed's son now. He's become the father figure that Apollo would have been for him, but that also comes with the risk of losing everything he's built at any moment. Bianca's development echoes as she's found ways to stay involved with the things that she loves despite the constant evolution of the hearing issues she's faced in the last 2 films. There's something really cool about watching her go from mentioning and learning ASL in Creed 1 to having a full conversation with Amara at multiple points throughout 3. I would actually even say everyone here feels like the next logical steps in their own personal pathways. There's real palpable growth here that you don't see much of from other long-running franchises. But again, we need to talk about Damien. Damien is an outstanding villain in this franchise, and it all stems from the fact that there is a palpable familial relationship between him and Adonis. These two were best friends, brothers even, before things went wrong. To see that go down the way that it did and resurface all the pain Damien feels, the pain of growing older, of being forgotten, of being left behind by those that he loves, really makes him stand out. And when these two inevitably clash, it feels like there's so much more behind each punch because Damien managed to go from likable to a little off to throwing hands in the course of an hour 50. And I was in for it the whole way. Majors manages to bring little tics, facial expressions, and a heaviness to the role that really makes Damien feel like someone who could have been better or even a champion if he had just had the right people on his side or went down a better pathway. Of course, these storytelling nuances are all told through the lens of fight after fight, and man, do these fights look good. The lighting, the scope, the slow-mo, and all the flashiness is there and deserves to be seen again on an IMAX or a Dolby screen. Creed has always been great when it comes to this, and there was one particular moment that I thought this is way cooler and way better looking than it has any right to be. I love how much they go all in on the presentation of these films, and this one really takes a step up from that. Even softer, more melodramatic moments have really good scene setting. Muted tones, flickering light, shadow play, all really serve to add an extra layer to the visual storytelling going on here. There are a few off-looking backgrounds and one very different scene that came and threw me off. It's something I'm going to have to gauge the effectiveness of on a rewatch, but I have to applaud them for taking chances and trying something different. When Michael B. Jordan says that Creed 3 was very anime inspired, you can definitely tell it's both in and out of the fighting. Overall, though, I had a really good time with this one. The first Creed is in my list of overall favorites, the second hit some really great high notes and finished strong, and this one gave me exactly what I needed with an added layer of emotional complexity. We've seen these characters learn, grow, and triumph, so where do we go from here? I mean, only certain people know, but honestly, you could just stop this and it would have been an incredible trilogy. It's just the way that this film in particular blends character work with strong visuals and standout acting that make it so incredible in my mind, and one that I definitely feel is worth checking out on the big screen. Final verdict, Creed 3 is a triple punch knockout of cast, characters, and visuals that continues making this one of the strongest film franchises out there. 9 out of 10. That's it, everybody. This movie train is really starting to roll now, so I have plenty more coming to you and some shows that we'll be chatting about too. In the meantime, make sure to like and subscribe to the Roguely channel for more Blue reviews and other great content we'll be sending your way. Thanks for watching, and always remember, go Roguely.